Teaching Self-Advocacy Part 2, Terms and Concepts. Me Transition, from your Arkansas Rehabilitation Services Region 4 Pre-Ed Counselor, preparing a job-ready, career-bound workforce to meet the needs of Arkansas employers. Your objectives today. The students will identify transition concepts used in developing transition plans, identify transition planning process, identify transition services that are available to help achieve transition visions, formulate and discuss aspects of their transition plan. And these include Arkansas CTE frameworks and career readiness practice. We are going virtual here. This is part of the University of Oklahoma's Me Transition program, developed by the Zero Center for Learning Enrichment. Concepts and terms for transition planning. Concepts and terms for transition planning. Developing transition plans for graduation, post-secondary education, employment, and living arrangements. Think about this. Remember your first day of school here? What was your first day like? How did you feel? Imagine you just graduated from high school. What are you going to do now? What type of work will you do? Where are you going to live? Will you get more education? These are some of the questions to ponder. Transition journey, concepts and vocabulary, your vision and planning. Transition planning terms. Transition planning involves identifying and openly talking with others about your visions for living, working, and being part of your community after high school. Transition is about change and how to prepare for that. The more prepared you are for change, the more likely the change will be what you want. Vision. A vision is an image about your future. You can picture where you will work, get more education, and live after graduation from high school. You can picture your life in the next year, the next 5 years, or even more or further down the road. Transition visions. Your dreams for employment and further education and where you will live as an adult. Your transition visions will be developed with your family. Consider your interests, skills, and strengths. Recognize the need for supports because of your disability. Be based on measurable outcomes. Your interest. Interests are things that you like and want to learn more about or do. What are some of your interests? Strengths. Your strengths are those qualities or abilities that are extremely useful and valuable to you and others. Your strengths are also the things that you do well. What are some of your strengths? Educational needs. Things are needed, needs or things that you require to be successful. Your educational needs relate to your disability and what you want to do after graduation from high school. Your IEP addresses your educational needs and support services. Vision for employment. To earn money, to help others, feel good about yourself, and to live and just have fun. Vision for employment. Example. I discussed my vision for employment with my parents, family, and other people, and I will become a chef. Vision for further education. Dreams about you learning how to do a job, learning new skills, or getting a career after you graduate from high school. Vision for further education. For example, I discussed my vision for further education with my family, and I will attend a career technology program to learn about how to work in an auto body repair shop. Vision for adult living. Dreams of where you'll live, sleep, pay bills, and have fun with the money you earn. What will your community be like? Vision for adult living. I've discussed this with my family, and I will live with them and help at home while I work and attend the Career Tech program in my hometown. And here is a worksheet that you can think. As a student, birth through kindergarten, you want to play safely, have fun, eat food, and go to school. Elementary to middle school, you still like to have friends, have fun, go to school, and play games. In high school, you have friends, you might start to have a love life, job, money, car. Young adult, you got job, money, home will be important, marriage, family, promotion, travel. When you get my age, elder, your health is important. Your family is still important. Your independence is important. You might want to travel, and your home life is important. And on the bottom is what your family may think. You wonder what your family may think about this. Life's Pathway homework discussion. You had this last week. How did your dreams throughout life pathway compare to your parents? What was similar? What was different? Transition Planning Processing Terms, the IEP. You know what an IEP is? It's an individualized education program that helps you be successful while you're in school. Your IEP changes as your needs change throughout school. Transition processing terms. We have the IEP team. Your IEP team has been developing your IEP from the time you started receiving special education services. You are part of your IEP team. Who else is on your IEP team now? What other people or who else could you invite on your IEP team? Your IEP is confidential. Together with your family and teachers, you will be compiling information that is personal and private. This means you do not have to reveal or discuss this information with anyone else, unless you want to. However, there are times that you'll need to reveal this information about yourself so you can get help if you need it for work, more education, or just for living. Now, do you remember from last week what confidential means? Confidentiality reminder. These laws help ensure that your education and medical information remains confidential. FERPA, the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act. This act keeps your educational records and information out of the hands of people who should not have them. Your school protects your records. HIPAA, the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. This act keeps your personal health and medical information out of the hands of people who should not ever have it. Transition IEP, a blueprint. Your transition IEP is different now compared to the IEP you had in elementary school. It includes strategies to help you achieve your employment, living, and further education goals. Let's look at an IEP and find some terms. Terms included on your IEP, transition IEP, include transition goals, parent concerns, present levels of academic achievement and functional performance, and of course your course of study. Transition goals. Goals describe what you're working toward. They are what you, your family, and your teachers hope you will achieve in the long run, and what you will do to get there. Transition goals. Goals your IEP team develops annually to help you achieve your post-secondary visions. Parent concerns. Things that your family worries about and discusses during the IEP meeting. Transition goal and coordinated activities. Goal: I will enroll in a 4-year college and nursing school. Coordinated activities. You will visit one in-state nursing school. 2, determine entry requirements and costs. And you will take the ACT if you are going to college. Present levels of academic achievement and functional performance. Present levels includes your interests, strengths, and skills. Needs that result from your disability. Progress toward meeting your goals in the classroom and your present levels of transition performance. Present levels also include information on how you're doing in school and with your skills needed for success after high school. Results from special tests or assessments that you have taken. And information about how your disability affects your learning. Examples of this we might find that affect your learning. On the Wechsler Intelligence Scale for Children, the WIAT 2, I scored at the 25th percentile in reading and 34th percentile in math skills. My difficulties with reading make it hard for me to succeed in general education English classes. Present levels of functional education performance. Jackie wants to be a nurse's aide. Results from the Employability Life Skills Assessment, ELSA, show that she needs to stay focused on her job task and follow her supervisor's directions. Jackie uses word processing and auditory screen readers to complete projects successfully. Functional Educational Performance Goal. Jackie will demonstrate good work habits by turning in her homework on time and getting positive feedback from her work-study supervisor on her job evaluation. Course of study. This is a listing of classes, electives, and community experiences that students will complete while in high school. Examples. Jackie will take English 2, Geometry, American History, Spanish 1, and Anatomy. Jackie will attend Health Services classes at Career Tech. Transition assessments. Information collected over time about your strengths, skills, and interests, and needs about your future. Assessments may include employment interest and skills, self-determination skills, community living skills. Transition assessments identifies your future goals, your interests, the adult life skills that you have, the adult life skills that you need to learn, and what your parents think about your adult life skills. Find and discuss transition IEP terms. Well, goals. What is your plan? What do you want to aspire to? Your strengths, what you're good at. Your skills. What are the things you know how to do to make you successful? Your needs. What do you need to be more successful? Family concerns. What your family thinks of your future and goals, and how you can achieve them. Your present levels of academic and functional performance. How you do in school and how you do in life skills. Very important. How your disabilities impact what you would include to need supplemental aids or services. What do you need due to your disability to make you successful? And assessments. They determine your goals, your needs, your interests. Gives us an idea of who you are. IEP terms review. Let's list the terms you found on your IEP and find them. What terms did you find that you did not know? Let's write them on the board, define and discuss them. Transition planning meeting. You gather with your IEP team to plan for your future. You use your transition IEP as a guide. Transition IEP meeting. Have you participated in any of your IEP meetings? It's important for you to participate in and even lead your transition IEP meeting. Homework assignment number 1, your family interview. Interview 1 or 2 adults about what it was like playing for the future when they were your age. You will be provided a form with questions. Family interview homework. You're going to ask a family member these and other questions. When you were my age, what did you think you would do after high school? That's what you're going to ask your family member. Where did you think you would work? Where did you think you would live? And how do you think they would answer those questions? Now, you will share your family interview questions next week, and you will tell us what did you learn and what surprised you. Transition services. People and activities will help you achieve your work, living, education, and transition goals. These will be addressed on your transition IEP. Services can be formal or informal. Transition services include vocational education, functional vocational evaluation, community experiences, adult living skills, community living skills, related services, vocational rehabilitation services, and accommodations. Vocational education, a transition service that helps you learn a career and how to get and keep a job. Functional vocation evaluation, a transition service that matches your interest and your skills to actual jobs out there. Community experiences, a transition service that includes job shadowing, career internships, on-the-job training, and visiting colleges, career techs, and other post-secondary education programs. Adult home living skills. Transition services that teach you housekeeping, good hygiene, and proper nutrition. Community living skills. A transition services that teaches you how to use a grocery store, bank, laundromat, and find services to help with further education and getting a job, paying for food, and getting health care. Related services may include transportation, speech and language therapy, career counseling, transportation, assistive technology, and health services that may be needed to help you meet your transition goal. Supplementary aids and services. These include program modifications or supports from other staff in your education programs. These include accommodations which help you access educational material like screen reader. There are things that are not otherwise listed in special education or related services. Vocational rehab services. Transition services also begin in high school. Services help you get a job. You will need to apply, and you will need to demonstrate that you have a disability to receive these services, especially from Arkansas Rehab Services. Who's who in transition services in your community? Choose a transition service, then find out about that service any way you wish. Suggestions include Locate a person associated with that service by calling or visiting with this person to find out how the service could be of a benefit to you. Research the internet for information about the service. Invite someone from the community to talk about a service that you're interested in. Review a who's who in transition services. Who did you find that was most helpful? Do you and your family think the information you found would be helpful? Transition terminology review, getting to know the IEP. Now that we've reviewed the transition concepts and vocabulary, let's locate them on the transition pages of the IEP. What's next? Well, we're going to be talking about transition goals, including your vision for employment, your vision for adult living, your vision for post-secondary education. Now that's what. Any questions? Remember, the acronym FEAR. You could either forget everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. The choice is yours. Thank you from your Region 4 Pre-EDS counselors. On behalf of Kyle Kuiper, Gracie Gilbert, this is Byron Laster signing off.